Alright, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, no news stuff, except sort of crypto news, but not actually news articles. Let's talk about Asics. So, Asics lately have been sort of taking over the crypto space slowly, one at a time. And as you can see, just on Bitmain here, Script, X11 Dash, Crypto Night miners, Ethereum miners, EcoHash miners, Blake miners, and of course, the ubiquitous SHA-256 Bitcoin miners. So, that leaves us with less and less coins to GPU mine. There's Raven, and of course, WebChain, which is honestly not that profitable with GPUs yet, unless it goes up in price, but still some things from time to time. Also, you can go on the Bitcoin forums and stuff like that and find new developer coins that come out from time to time, and you can take a gamble and GPU and CPU mine them, and hopefully they go up in value. So I want to talk about how the S9 miner is no longer profitable, and yet they keep trying to sell them and push them on people. Just a few days ago, they released an Asic Boost firmware update for the S9s, which Asic Boost basically makes you your Asic 20 to 30% more efficient in mining. So there's like the software Asic Boost, which was sort of an exploit in SHA-256 that was sort of fixed with SegWit. And then there's the hardware Asic Boost, which is kind of what Antminer has patented. Confusing, I guess. But basically, Asic Boost is definitely an exploit in the SHA-256, a unintended method of mining Bitcoin. It sort of just shaves off one step in the Bitcoin mining process, which is basically cheating by any way you look at it. That would be like running the 100-meter dash. And for one person, let's just go ahead and shave off 10 meters and still count their super fast world record, in the record books. Either way you look at it, it's a handicap or it's cheating or something. It's not good. So let's take a look at the S9 miner. Now this is a nice hash, and I did bring up some Coin Wars calculators as well, because I know sometimes I bring up the nice hash profitability calculator and people are like, why do you use nice hash? I'm not talking about using nice hash. I just like to use their calculator because it is actually pretty accurate at what you're going to get, whether you're mining with nice hash and selling your hash power or just actually mining on a pool. Either way, the profitability calculator is actually pretty accurate. So, taking a look at the S9 miner, these are the Asics GPUs, top CPUs. Wow, that's 16 cents a day with that Ryzen. So, of course, the top GPU is the NVIDIA Titan V in the 2080 Ti. So you can see the 2080 Ti does not hash better than a Titan V. So that's horrible. As I was saying earlier, guys, the 2080 Ti, because somebody commented on my video the other day. Let me just go off track just a little bit. And I was talking about how the sort of the home GPU mining dream is dead. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't ever mine. That doesn't mean that the profitability is completely dead. Sell your GPUs if you want, or keep mining. Do what you're gonna do. Do what you want to do. But I was just trying to say that the dream is sort of dead, and even if prices returned, the difficulty is still there, and you're never really going to see that amazing profit like we did before. So that's why I've been kind of looking into new coins to mine, and I'll keep bringing those to you when I feel that I find really good ones to mine. So one thing I was trying to mention is that the 1080 Ti no longer is very profitable, and that don't go looking for the RTX 2080 Ti series, the 20 series, for better profits, because you can see here on NiceHash, the like X16 here gets 2.92 meg. We'll just even that out to 3 more mega hash with X16. So whoop-de awesome, right? That's a whole 14, what is that, like, for 15 cents more a day for a graphics card that costs you $1,200 or $1,300 to buy. Because somebody commented, hey, you're talking about the 1080 Ti, but then you were showing the 2080 Ti. And the reason that is because I was trying to make a comparison to say, like, hey, don't be like, whoa, if I just get 2080 Ti's, everything will be okay and the income will come back in. And trust me, they're not that much better than the 10 series graphics cards. I know that's mind-blowing, and we all wanted them to be amazing, but they're just not. I'm sorry to say, they're just not. And you can see it right here. It barely hashes any more than a 1080 Ti. Look, 15 cents greater for a $1,300 graphics card. Now, if you bought the graphics card to game on and stuff, great. You know what I mean? Enjoy your God rays, you know, and such, or whatever. You know, your ray tracing, whatever. So not that great, but let's get back on to the Asics, because I went way off track there. So Asics, the S9 is nowhere to be found. So going back here, they still have them for sale though. Oh yes they do, they sure do. On the Bitmain page, they got a whole mess of them for you. Minus 22 cents a day if you hook it up to a nice hash pool, which in that case, then you're actually mining Bitcoin, because you're kind of selling your hash rate for Bitcoin. That you're basically you're mining Bitcoin. So as you can see, you make about $3 a day, you know, eesh, right? And your electricity cost is about $3.25 a day at 10 cents a kilowatt. Maybe you pay less than that, maybe you pay more than that. So if you pay, I pay about 0.83 right now. I pay about 8.3 cents a kilowatt. So even then, I make a whole 33 cents a day. Awesome. So if you pay more than that, be prepared to take a massive chunk and have a really, really high electricity bill too. Because your electricity bill, let's see, 10 cents a kilowatt, let's go back, your electricity bill is going to be something along the lines of a lot. Wait, how did that electricity costs? Oh my, that's not correct at all. Let's just recalculate that. It's still not correct at all. Let's change it to something else, and then change it back to S9, because that's saying that you would lose $325 electricity a day, and now it's totally broken. $10 US. Oh, because I have it on $10 a kilowatt. Oh my, MrSotko, get your shit together. So $3.25 per day. So just in a month's time, you're going to be paying over $100 just for one S9 on your electricity bill. So good luck with 4, 5, 6 of those or 10 of those in your house. Wow, wow, wee, wow. You're going to be paying a lot. But either way, so we can take a look at some of the miners here. And there is the S9 Hydro, you know, which is a step up from the S9. Now, the S9 Hydro takes a ton of power. Holy cow, it uses so much power. 1,728 watts it uses. But for 18 terahash, which is... So let's do 18 terahash and see what we get here in Coin Wars. We're not going to worry about the power so much, so let's just not really look at the power. Let's just look at how much you're going to make a day. So $4.10 a day, and at just 10 cents a kilowatt, and only at 1,320 watts, which we can change that to 1,700 and some odd that it was. Let's leave it at 1,700. You know, the power cost, that leaves you with a profit of 2 cents, basically. And that was going low on the power cost, and only 10 cents a kilowatt. So, again, if you pay less or more. So, 2 cents, awesome. So, basically, you lose on that as well. So, moving on to a new miner here. We have the Bitfury B8. Now, this thing is... Oh, man. This is literally it. This is what you get. It's like a server... And you can see it has a whole bunch of plugs. So you need a lot of power. A lot of power to run this thing. In fact, you need 6,400 watts to run this thing. And good luck hooking that up to your home, you know, fuses, your fuse boxes and wiring and stuff. You better be kind of a professional to hook that up, because 6,400 watts, oh wow. You know, because you know, as you can see, I'm just not an electrician, but I would just imagine that that's going to pop some breakers. You know what I mean? You're going to have some pretty high grade material. This is definitely not like a home miner, but it mines at 50,000, or excuse me, 50 terahash. Now it says here at 49, but it is advertised, you know, at 50 terahash on other websites and from Bitfury themselves. So just think 49, 50 terahash. So we can see here, it would be like what, 50,000 gigahash there. Let's see, did I do that right? I don't think I did. 50,000 gigahash is 50 terahash. So you're making $11.38 a day. But no, we need to bring that up to 6,400 watts, and we'll see what happens. Oh my god, minus $3.98 a day. It's even worse. It's the worst one of them all. So terrible. Again, we're just losing bad. This one costs 3,000 still in stock, which for the terahash, that's not a bad price, but unfortunately, it's insanely inefficient. This one has it for 7,400. And now I want to move on to something that is just very disappointing to me, because Lyra2 was one of my favorite algorithms for coins, that and EcoHash, but now those are both destroyed by Asics, and don't bother mining Lyra2 or EcoHash anymore, because, you know, have fun with your, like, 6 graphics cards making 70 cents a day. So don't even bother. Find something else to mine, like Raven or whatever. Or WebChain. WebChain. Come on, guys. Let's pump WebChain. Anyway, so we have the DayonZig Z1. And I don't know if that's supposed to be like a play on words of Danzig or what, but the DayonZig Z1, the world's first 28 nanometer Lyra2 Rev 2 Asic miner. So it's a consumption of 1,200 watts and a hash rate of 6.8 gigahash, which is insane. So we have 6,800 megahash here on Monacoin and Vertcoin. There may be other Lyra2 coins by now, but I'm pretty sure these are like the only two, or at least the only two relevant ones, so let's go with that. So 6,800 megahash on there is about $15 a day, but let's put in that 1,200 watt usage here. So I have it at 1,200 watts. Actually, I have it at 1,200 watts. So at 1,200 watts, you know, US dollars, you know, at 10 cents a kilowatt. So that's just average, I suppose. So daily is $15 a day. Power cost $2.88 with your profit of $12.44. So this is really not a bad machine at the moment. The problem with ASICs is, like, sometimes you'll see a new ASIC being advertised and it's like, wow, pre-order now, makes $250 a day, $200 a day, $30 a day, whatever it's advertised, and whatever its hash rate is usually pretty correct. However, by the time you get it, a lot of other people have already received theirs, and the difficulty is skyrocketing. So by the time you get it, sometimes these manufacturers use their own miners and mine with them while they're sending them out and such. So by the time you get it, that's not what it's going to be at all. You're gonna receive way more. So by the time you actually get this DayonZig, it might take a month to ship it to you. It might get to you relatively quick. It might take 2 months to ship you. Ships in the 21st, literally, to the 30th, 21st. Oh, man, that's 21st. Oh, man, that's tough. Wow, that's English. Holy cow. October 2018. So that's like now. So it'll start shipping to you. So mind you, you might get this one if you order now pretty quickly, but let's see what the customer reviews are. Great, received my Z1 today, very profitably miner. I get my Zig Z1 today. It's all right, thanks to Dayon. Profit miner, fast delivery, great support, but has no PayPal payments on site. Thanks to Dayon, get my miners today, all good. Are these fake reviews? I don't know about that. But anyway, Vertcoin is a little bit better, I believe, at $21 a day. Again, with only $2.88 power consumption in 1831. Problem is, this just destroyed. Vertcoin was supposed to be a GPU-resistant coin. Honestly, so was a lot of these coins. But Vertcoin particularly advertised itself as an ASIC resistant coin. We're always going to resist ASICs, resist ASICs, resist ASICs. That was like their motto, basically. Guess that didn't work out too well. I don't know what the developers are doing, and I actually haven't really looked this up, but I hope that the developers are planning on forking away from this. Now, that's a problem in one way, and it's good in the other way. It's good in one way because it helps GPU miners get back on track with Vertcoin, Monacoin, etc. But that's bad for anybody that actually went out and bought one of these, because if Monocoin and Vertcoin both changed their network so that they were ASIC resistant again, that would mean that this thing does nothing, because I'm not really sure how many other coins are on the Lyra2 algorithm. I only know that Monocoin and Vertcoin are like the main ones, and I haven't really seen any other ones, although honestly I haven't done too much research for a while with Lyra2. But basically Monocoin, Vertcoin, and that's just going to shred the Dayon. So it's going to end up being that somebody will end up forking Monocoin and Vertcoin into their own coin and be like Vertcoin Classic and Monocoin Classic or something like that, and they'll still be able to mine it with this miner, but they'll be absolute utter shit coins and be worth absolutely nothing compared to what Monocoin and Vertcoin are now. So don't buy ASICs, guys. ASICs really ruin everything for everybody, because a GPU has a lot more value. You might think, well, what's the difference between mining with CPU or GPU or, you know, or an ASIC? And there's honestly so many reasons. One is the fact that most of the ASIC companies, FPGAs, etc., are really corrupt, and they end up using their own miners for a very long time until the profitability goes down. Then they announce that they're going to sell them. So meanwhile, they jacked up the difficulty, mined a ton of coins, made themselves a lot of money. Then they make themselves a lot of money by selling them. It's a very, very despicable practice, to be totally honest. And then the GPU market is a good market. You can go to the store. Everybody can just go to the store, Fry's Electronics, Best Buy, Amazon, Newegg, whatever, and get yourself a graphics card. Well, I guess you can't really go to the store with Newegg, but you get what I'm saying. Anybody can just buy a graphics card pretty easily and have it in your house by a few days later, and start mining on it. You know, also the cards are great for gaming. The cards are great for video processing, etc., etc., etc. They have many, many uses, and they can be passed on again and again and again from generation to generation. I mean, hell, even if you had a 700 series GTX graphics card from NVIDIA, that still runs a lot of games today. Maybe not on ultra graphics, but they're still a very functional card. Even the 900 series, 980s still run games just fine. Again, maybe not like the latest, greatest game on ultra graphics, but at least on high. A 980 is no joke. Either is the 1080, 1070, 1080 Ti, so you don't even need the 20 series to be relevant. And they last a long time, whereas ASICs, as soon as they're done, and they're useless. They are a pile of junk, and just not very useful. So I hope this was sort of a lesson. I just wanted to go over some of these miners and how when you buy them, you likely won't even get your ROI back, and by the time you receive them, you're not going to receive the same. Oh, excuse me. You're not going to receive the same kind of profits. Don't buy ASICs, please. Just don't. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and as usual, I will see you guys next time.